Now, the last time I looked, I happened to be a guy. And one thing I've realized about my gender is that when things aren't really working out for us in a relationship, we tend to pull away pretty quickly. We really don't like to face things head on. You've probably noticed this. And that is especially true when it involves those really pesky things called emotions. That's why I'm about to get real with all of you sexy single ladies. No more mincing words. There are 3 types of guys who tend to pull away, and once you can identify these types of guys, suddenly you can avoid yourself a lot of heartbreak moving forward. Keep watching. Hey there, Admiral Dolce, founder of Love Strategies, where we help successful single women get out there and find long-lasting love and do it with a proven strategy. And if you enjoyed this video and you want my personal help to get you out there attracting long-lasting love, then check out loveapply.com, where you can apply to speak with someone on my team about your love life. And only do this if you are serious about finding love. Don't do it if you just want a casual fling, because we are going to dive deep and we're going to lay out a strategy for you to get out there and attract the man in the relationship you deeply desire. Check it out at loveapply.com. Now, there are 3 different reasons why men pull away once you get to that commitment phase or once you are in a committed relationship. And I actually have names for each of these guys. So let's just jump right into it. Number 1 is what I call the wrong fit Frank. This is a guy who's pulling away just because it wasn't a good fit. He didn't feel like the connection was strong enough. And if you really got to the heart of it, chances are, and you got real with yourself, chances are you would agree that it just wasn't really a good fit. Maybe you didn't want the same things in life. Maybe you were just working really hard to make it work because you're really attracted to this guy, but you know in the back of your mind, in your heart of hearts, that you just don't want the same thing. You need to realize as you're dating that you might be really attracted to a guy. You might enjoy him in the bedroom. You might enjoy spending time with him. But if you just are not compatible with one another, that's okay. You gotta learn to move on and not to allow yourself to just wither away trying to pull this guy back into your life when it's clearly never going to work in the long haul. So if you find yourself with a wrong fit Frank, you need to have discipline to walk away, especially if he is starting to walk away. Don't try to bring him back into your life. The second type of guy who pulls away is what I call the mind. These are the types of guys that you sexy single ladies, you might call them players, or at least they're wannabe players. They think that they're players, but chances are they're really not players at all. They just are desperate, insecure little guys who are hot and then they're cold and they tell you things and then they don't follow through on these things. These are the types of guys who literally make you feel like they're having sex with your brain. And not in the good way. If you're finding yourself in a situation where you're constantly in confusion, right? That is like your default mode with this guy. You're just confused. You don't get him. Then chances are he is a mind. And this is something I tell all my Love Accelerator coaching clients. That is that if it's this hard, this early on, imagine how bad it will be if you were in a real relationship with this guy. Imagine how much of a mind he would be if you were married to this guy. Imagine how horrible of a father he would be, how horrible of a partner he would be. So if you find yourself in a situation with one of these types of guys, and sorry, excuse my language, the mind. If you find yourself in a situation with that guy, you need to, again, have that discipline to move on. Let him pull away. And the worst thing that happens is that when you do let him pull away and you don't chase him, he usually comes back into your life. And you're finding that there's this constant toxic pattern of him leaving, then coming back. Then it's time for you to be the one to have that discipline and walk away and push him out of your life. The third type of guy is what I call the freedom fighter. This is the guy who fights for his freedom. He's maybe at a stage in his life where any type of relationship where he has to be tied down is not a relationship for him. And not all of these guys are bad guys. I mean, maybe they just came out of a bad relationship and aren't ready for anything real right now. Or maybe they just aren't really sure where they're going to be living, or maybe they're in a financial situation where they're not really ready to settle down because they don't feel financially settled. There's a lot of different reasons why it is a man might be a freedom fighter, and not all of them make them bad guys. But if you do find yourself with a freedom fighter, the best thing you can do is give him that space, all right? And if he does come back to you, then fine, you can explore the situation. But if he doesn't come back to you, then you know what? You just have to realize that it wasn't the right time. You know, you need to find someone where it's the right person and the right time. So I want to ask you, do you find yourself constantly attracting men who pull away? Leave a comment right there below and let me know what type of guy you seem to attract. And also, if you are ready to break this pattern, then make sure you head on over over to loveapply.com, where you can apply to speak with one of my love strategists, where we will understand what's going on. And if it is a fit, you can come join me in my accelerator coaching program, where I can personally help you with your love life. And also, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like. It really helps me out a lot. Don't forget to subscribe, because we have a lot more content coming up this year that you are not going to want to miss. Thank you again. I'll speak to you, sexy single lady, next week. Bye-bye.